Hello. When I tell people that I'm from the U.S. Virgin Islands, they're usually very curious about what it's like growing up there. They ask me many interesting questions. For example, I love when people ask if I went to the beach every day because I probably only went once a year. Now, I live in the cold city that is New York, and my body is constantly begging for a beach day. Sand, open sea, salty hair, total bliss. I especially miss the days when I'd bring my floaties to the beach and just drift. No need to kick my feet, no choking on salt water, no drowning. I imagine most people would love to be floating out at sea right now, no matter what weather you're currently facing. I'd like to suggest that you're already floating through life. I realized recently that while I'd been physically living on this island, mentally I was sailing away. My mind would just wander with no direction or intention. I was safe in my mental floaty. No need to kick my feet, no need to swim anywhere, just allowing life to take me wherever it wanted to go. Mainly because I hadn't visualized any concrete plans for myself until 2018, when I graduated from college, turned 22, and decided that this was the year that I wanted to make a change for myself. Prior to 22, I did everything that was expected of a 21-year-old black girl from St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. About 5 months before my 22nd birthday, I skipped my college graduation to intern with Lionsgate in Cannes, France. The French, I discovered, do and say whatever they want, unlike old me, who was floating out at sea, exercising zero control over her own life. But the French, they have all the control. And I believe it's because they don't engage in mauvaise foi, or bad faith. Bad faith, a term coined by French philosopher and existentialist, is the best way to describe how I had been living my life. It is the notion that you are incapable of exercising your free will out of fear and doubt. Imagine a waiter in your favorite restaurant. For me, it's a cozy, overpriced Italian spot in Soho. A good waiter would be the one asking if I'd like more water, or pour my wine, or grate the entire block of cheese over my pasta. Sartre would describe this sort of person as someone who is engaging in bad faith. How, right? They're just doing their job, but they're not being themselves. By being a good waiter, thus my favorite, you're not exactly giving into human nature. You're doing what's expected of a waiter and not what you'd like to be doing. To some, at 22 years old, I had accomplished what felt like was a lot, but I was just like the waiter, doing what I was told. Not some sort of totally conscious and aware of her innate desires sort of person that Sartre encourages people to be like. Internally, my mind wanted to make art, to pour my ideas into a project without a deadline or a grade. I didn't want a professor making suggestions to me or have to tailor my ideas to someone else's needs. I wanted something that I could own unapologetically, yet there I was drifting further out to sea, thinking I was unable to take control of my life out of the fear that it wouldn't work out, thus spiraling deeper into bad faith. As my 22nd birthday approached in October, I finalized this decision to reject bad faith and to put my faith into myself and my desires. Sartre mentions that life is made up of what we are not what we are. Curiosity and exploration is what makes life life, so I decided to try it. I read in a CNBC article that 60% of millennials are open to new job opportunities. Imagine waking up every single day wishing for a new job and doing nothing about it. Imagine that that's 60% of our entire generation. That was me. I was out in New York, going out at the club, and at the time, I can make the rent money, but I wanted to have a creative and artistic reality with no intentions of making any moves to secure one. Instead, I spent hours of my time devising millions of excuses as to why I had to be stuck in this unhappy place. I don't have time to create. I need to graduate. I can't do it. Suddenly, at age 22, the spirit of Sartre came over me, and I decided to go out and step into the unknown and create my own web series. After taking this leap of faith, I decided that this was the time that I wanted to make my own web series, ADULTIN. After stepping into the unknown arena, oh Lord, hello, y'all. Sart mentions that the waiter is free to not come into work or sweep the floor, start the coffee, or take the trash out, which may get them fired, but they are free to do so. You're wondering, okay, Kayra, how are they going to make their money? Let me give you a different scenario, because honestly, I don't know. Think Dwayne from A Different World, the wedding scene. The love of his life, Whitley, is about to get married to someone else, but my hero, Dwayne, decided that he no longer wanted to stand on the sidelines and would rather go after his woman. Sart would describe a person such as Dwayne as someone who is able to transcend the roles that they think they have to play, and that transcendence is freedom. I realized that I wanted to transcend from being everything that I thought I had to be to who I felt like being. What resulted from my internal rebellion was this creation of my web series, ADULTIN. And as it turns out, when you want something bad enough, there is no room for bad faith. After stepping into this unknown arena that is television production, I began doing things that I had never seen or done before. Writing scripts, directing, editing, casting, acting, crowdfunding, $12,000, things I had never seen or done before, but knew I wanted to do. Sart would be proud. He makes the argument that in order to successfully reject bad faith, you must put faith in bad faith, to know that every self-deprecating thought that you have is what's holding you back from true freedom. In my situation, I questioned my decision to act on instinct alone. Maybe bad faith isn't so bad, you begin to think, as you sit and cry and wonder at how tired you are and how frustrated and how new everything is. Sart mentions as with this newfound freedom does come anguish, but it's up to you to determine whether or not it's worth it. Once I finalized my decision to reject bad faith, the web series that I'd created got into its first film festival and has now been viewed by thousands. Things that I only dreamt of for myself are now making itself a reality that could not be possible if I did not make the switch from thinking everything can go wrong to everything can go right. To the voice that's telling you no, to the voice that's telling you you're too young, to the voice that's saying you don't know what you're doing. You have to be fearless enough to abandon that voice every single day and jump off of this safe floaty that's going nowhere fast to dive deeper into the life that you actually want. Ask yourself, what would it mean for you to live beyond bad faith? And who could you be if you did? Thank you.